Bill, this has to do with Elon Musk's capacity as founder and CEO of SpaceX, which is certified to launch these federal military spy satellites. But my question here is that smoking marijuana in California, that's legal, so he didn't technically break the law, did he?
Well, he didn't break any California law, but the federal guidance for people who still have secret or higher security clearances is that the use of marijuana or other drugs has to be reported. And so there was a lot of talk in the aftermath of that kind of infamous podcast last September when Musk was sipping whiskey and smoking what appeared to be a mixture of tobacco and marijuana. There were a lot of questions about whether that was going to cause problems for his security clearance, and it appears it has prompted some sort of a review at the Pentagon. We believe Musk has refiled his paperwork to account for that podcast, account for marijuana use, and that's where the process is now with the Pentagon, their department of that looks at security clearance issues, reviewing this to see whether he should maintain that clearance or lose it.
Bill, as it stands, we understand a SpaceX official is saying, look, this hasn't impacted the company. And in fact, Elon Musk doesn't really run it from a day-to-day basis, right?
Right. I think that's going to be the saving grace here, or one of them, for SpaceX. Gwen Shotwell is the president, COO. She runs really on a day-to-day basis everything SpaceX is doing. And, you know, the fact that I think what the federal investigators or the Pentagon will look at is this a recurring issue for Musk, and should he lose it? But the reality is, for the company, they have actually won some contracts for launching space satellites since this podcast. So it hasn't been the kind of issue that's held up business for the company.
Yeah, we're looking at Tesla shares, which are publicly traded because SpaceX isn't, losing some of its gains after this headline came out. But my question here is, does this have any impact, or rather, does Elon Musk's troubles with the SEC over Tesla have any impact on how the Pentagon might look at his application?
You know, I think in this case, we don't have any reporting that says the SEC probe and the fight, the SEC settlement and the fight that he's had over the last week are weighing into this. But I do think, you know, the broader question, and maybe why shares fell, is that, you know, these are another one of these unforced errors for Musk. This is not the type of thing CEOs usually do, go on these kind of podcasts. Musk is obviously not your typical CEO, but it adds to, you know, it adds to this pile of issues that investors and analysts have to weigh when they look at, you know, some of the management challenges that SpaceX, Tesla, and the other companies have had.